One of our favorite free things to do is Parque Bolívar.
Yeah, so this is situated about 3 blocks from Malecón del Salado.
Or Malecón 2000.
Yeah, it's also known as Parque Seminario or Parque de las Iguanas.
Because there's tons of iguanas here.
Yeah, so when you come in, you're probably going to see them before you even make it in the park, but they are all over the park. And they're all very tame. Like, they're not going to attack you or bother you. Maybe don't poke at them.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of different sizes, different colors. They've got a little pond in the middle that's got a whole bunch of turtles too.
And some koi fish as well.
Yeah.
I think they're koi.
Some kind of fish. But
Yeah, but the iguanas, they're just roaming the sidewalks. They're in the grass. They're sun tanning. There are some of them up in the trees as well. We've probably seen upwards of like at least 30 iguanas here, and it's
crazy.
Not a massive park. So.
Yeah, and I believe the locals do feed them fruits and vegetables. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of food for them otherwise in here, but it is a really, really cool spot to see, and plus it's free. It's super close to Malecón del Salado, so it's easy to walk up and check it out. So we'd highly recommend just coming here to take a look at all the lizards.
Yeah.
One of the most popular activities while you're in Guayaquil is the Malecón 2000 Riverfront Promenade, or Malecón 2000. This was a riverfront promenade that was built in 2000, hence the name Malecón 2000. They're 2.5 kilometers long, and it's lined with a shopping mall, tons of activities, food vendors, amusement parks. There's a cinema that has IMAX.
And currently we are in the Ferris wheel.
Yeah. So the Ferris wheel is La Perla, which is at one end of the promenade.
It was wildly cheap. It was $7.06.
Yeah. So it's about $3.50 per person on the weekdays and $5 per person on the weekends, which is the adult pricing. Another neat thing you can do on a budget here that I couldn't find a whole ton of information online, I actually didn't know it was here till we got here and saw it, is the Aerovia tram.
I think because it's mostly for locals to get back and forth between the two mainland strips across the river, so they use it for commuting to work.
Yeah.
But it gives you a great view, and honestly the price was so cheap.
Yeah, it was $4.22, and that was to get your transit card and a round trip per person. So I think we were $8.44 for both of us, and basically takes off from the main side of Guayaquil to the other side of the river, and you get some really, really nice. Honestly, I think the views in here are better than the Ferris wheel. Yeah, it's not technically air conditioned like the Ferris wheel, but it has so many vents and windows that are open up that it's nice and cool in here.
Yeah, and it's really hot out today, and it's fine in here. Yeah. I think it's even cheaper also for the locals. So if you have a card and you're just going one way, I'm pretty sure I read that it was 37 cents.
Yeah, so they just use it to transit back and forth. But it's really neat. So if you guys are looking for something cheap to do on a budget, you get some great viewpoints of the city. So.
Yeah, it's worth checking out.
Another neat spot that I would say is not necessarily a must-see, but if you have the time, and especially if it's a weekend, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, during the week, it's really quiet over here. So
that is Malecón del Salado. It's the smaller of the two Malecons. Obviously, Malecón 2000 or 2000 is huge, absolutely packed, tons to do.
The original one though, correct?
Yeah.
It was built earlier.
It's a little more relaxed, at least on a weekday like this. It's very quiet. The weekends, there is a fountain show they do here. It's choreographed to music and lights. I think it's at 7, 7:30, and 8, which is really cool. I would have loved to see that, but we're not here on the weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah. And they've got some dance lessons going on, and they have a theater. However, all of their shows are in Spanish, so if you do not speak a lick of Spanish, then probably not worth checking it out.
Yeah.
If you do, worth checking out.
Yeah, and they have a couple cool bars up on the top on the walkway as well. Nice views of the river, so if you have the time, it's worth checking out, but I wouldn't say it's a must-see just because it is pretty small as well.
Yeah.
Up next on our list is the Guayaquil Historic Park. So this was about 15 minutes or so from our hotel, which isn't quite in the heart of Guayaquil.
Yeah, so we took an Uber here, but it was relatively easy and smooth.
And it's super cheap, $4. Actually, I think it was $5 per person. It was $4 for residents.
Correct.
But yeah, they have a wildlife zone that features a whole bunch of their local animals here.
Like macaws and I think monkeys too, right? Yeah.
And they have a historical zone and also an urban zone. So they just kind of show you all little bits of Guayaquil's history.
Yeah.
So we are in the wildlife zone now. We're going to take a look through and see what we can find for all their animals.
And then we'll go and see the rest of it.
Yeah, it kind of loops around like a horseshoe, so there's really only one way you go through.
Yeah.
So I think it starts in the wildlife zone. I can't remember which zone was next, but we're going to go through all three of them.
Yeah.
Another great thing to do while you're visiting Guayaquil is to visit the Santay Island Eco Village, which is also free.
Yep.
So bonus there.
It is definitely, from what we have heard, more, it's not very relaxed. It's more for your adventurous travelers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either have to bike or walk, and it's quite a far distance. I think from Guayaquil until the actual Eco Village, it's like just under 3 kilometers, I think. Yeah.
Each way. So there is, the bridge that you'll take to get here is Puente Santay Island, I believe. There's another bridge from Duran, which is where the cable car goes to, but that bridge is closed, so there's only the one option to get over here right now.
Yeah, it used to be open. There used to be 2 options, but a boat ran into part of the bridge, so now it's broken and you can't actually get across.
Yeah, so if you are looking to save a bit of walking time, you can rent bikes at the beginning of the bridge. I think it's $4 for 3 hours.
We chose to walk.
Yeah, we just didn't want to have to haul all the camera equipment around on a bicycle, and the boardwalk, from what I've seen online, is in pretty rough shape, so I figured it's easier just to walk it.
Yeah.
I know some of the reviews said it was pretty run down. I know the boardwalk was in rough shape, but again, it's an eco village. It's on a private island, so... Yeah,
you do also have to remember that you are not in a first world country, and that repairs to things like a boardwalk may not be prioritized here.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, we'll go check it out and we'll take you along with us.
Climbing the Noboa stairways in the Las Peñas neighborhood right now, which is about like 2-3 minutes from Malecón 2000.
And we're about halfway up the steps and just came across another tourist, and he just warned us, actually sorry, he started out with asking if we just got robbed, and we said no, we have not, thank goodness. But he said that he was at the bottom just about to start the steps, and he said if you veer off to the side at all away from the steps, that there are, the guards warned him that there are people on to each side
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, he said that there's another zigzag staircase. It's not numbered like this one. And the guard basically said, no.
Don't go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
basically a sure thing that you will get robbed there. So
yeah, so we're gonna stick to the main stairway, and the main stairway is pretty heavily guarded up here. It's a obvious tourist attraction. So
yeah,
but yeah, just a little note we thought we should add in.
So we made it all the way to the top, 444 steps later.
Yeah.
It is sunny and hot out today, and it was exhausting.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that in another 5 degrees. Oh my goodness. I'm already so sweaty from that.
Yeah. The views at the top are stunning, though. There is a nice cool breeze up here.
Yeah, there's the lighthouse. You can actually climb up to the top of it too, and you get some really, really nice views from up top.
If you want to add a few more steps in,
yeah,
there was about another probably 30, 40 steps there.
At least they were just short and quick. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there's an old naval museum and also a church at the top. So it is definitely worth the trek up here. It's a really cool spot to see, and it's 100% free. So
yeah. Just be careful. Make sure you take the main route up. We've heard some safety concerns if you kind of stray off the main path.
Yeah, they're all numbered, so it's easy to follow as well. And there's guards along the whole path, bottom to top. So.
And that brings us to the end of our top things to do in Guayaquil.
Yeah, we had a fantastic time here. There's some really neat things to do. The main thing is just be safe wherever you go. If you stick to the tourist areas, you'll be fine. There's not really any concerns to be had there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we loved it. There's a lot of really cool things to do. It's super great if you're on a budget. Great food.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We loved it.
We had a great time.
So thank you all for watching. We hope this got you some useful information for your travels to Guayaquil. Make sure if you enjoyed it, subscribe, drop a like, comment. We're always happy to answer you guys.
Yeah. And see you in the next video.